Hello everyone and welcome to InfraGard. My name is Joseph Concannon and I am the president of the New York City InfraGard Members Alliance. This informational video will cover what is the FBI's National InfraGard Program, what is InfraGard's mission, what are key resources. We'll also discuss InfraGard's organizational structure, InfraGard membership, some financial matters, and ways to get more involved, as well as InfraGard contact options. Let's get started and explore the program. What is InfraGard? InfraGard is a national public-private program of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, based in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., at the headquarters of the FBI, managed by the FBI's Public-Private Alliance Unit. InfraGard is a collaboration for national critical infrastructure protection. Let me give you a short history. InfraGard was founded in 1996, Cleveland, Ohio, the FBI field office, wherein the government conducted outreach to academia, industry experts, and things of that nature. At that time, when technology was breaking into every aspect of American life, where everyone was just learning about the impact of hardware, software, defense mechanisms, offense of systems, and much more in the technology arena. InfraGard was hugely successful, expanded into other field offices, and developed informal chapters around the country. In 2003, INMA established a formal structure and was set forth as a formal program of the FBI's PPAU. This smoothed the way forward. In New York City, we've been implementing the InfraGard mission for the past 8 years. How does the public-private program work? Well, first you have to understand we have the FBI, a national law enforcement agency with worldwide responsibilities, and the FBI, of course, is also a federal public agency. Second, we have the InfraGard National Members Alliance, INMA, and its local InfraGard member alliances, IMAs. They're all non-for-profit 501c3 private sector companies. So we have the public and private. Third, we have a National Memorandum of Understanding, an MOU between the FBI and INMA, our national board, for which each field office and each IMA are signers. We agreed to this National Memorandum of Understanding. This forms our basis for understanding and our regular operations from East Coast to West Coast, from North to South. What is InfraGard's mission? InfraGard's mission is national critical infrastructure protection. Boy, does that say a lot. What are critical infrastructures? Well, the FBI defines them as critical infrastructures are physical and cyber-based systems that are essential to the minimum operations of the economy and the government. These are defined in Presidential Decision Directive, National Security Council number 63 of May of 1998. What are the critical infrastructures? Well, to name a few, those infrastructures are agriculture and food, banking and finance, chemical, defense industry base, drinking water and wastewater treatment systems, emergency services, energy, information technology, national monuments and icons, postal and shipping, public health and healthcare, telecommunications, and transportation systems. What are key resources? Key resources are a bit different. Key resources are individual targets whose destruction would not endanger security on a national scale, but would create local disasters or single disaster, or profoundly damage national morale. This is all defined in Homeland Security Presidential Decision Directive number 7, December of 2003. You can look them up and Google them all online. What are examples of key resources? Well, some of the key resources are commercial facilities, manufacturing plants, commercial nuclear reactors, materials and waste, dams and government facilities, critical infrastructures and key resources. It's a lot to consider, and this is kind of public government speak. But here's some more definition. Taken together, critical infrastructures and key resources are so vital that their incapacity or destruction would have a debilitating impact on the defense, economic security, public health, or national confidence of the United States of America. How does InfraGard protect CIs, critical infrastructures, and key resources? InfraGard works in many ways. Let me give you a few examples. Networking and exchanging ideas on how to protect enterprises, information technology enterprises, buildings, cities, states, all of this discussion through best practices and understanding where other people are coming from. Through ongoing training opportunities, such as ours in New York, we have security summits just about every month. By talking with law enforcement personnel, especially the FBI at our events. We'll get more into that later on. Developing both an understanding and an instinct of knowing something's gone wrong, what the public sector might be considering, and what the private sector priorities might be. How does communication work in InfraGard? Communication is easy and happens when we meet together for a security summit or during one of our online events. You get a chance to meet your InfraGard coordinator. You meet with the leadership of your alliance. You meet your fellow members and learn that they too are fighting some of the very same problems as you are. You meet with subject matter experts, national speakers, and fine-tune your own knowledge base. You tune in to IGTV, a New York City InfraGard production every Tuesday. You participate in our live chats each week. You share your knowledge and you help others benefit from your experience, your knowledge, your passion for your areas of focus. InfraGard works best when its members are active. Who are our members? Members of InfraGard are citizens and permanent legal residents of the United States as defined in law. Many members of InfraGard are subject matter experts from a wide variety of backgrounds and fields of study. Fortune 500, 1,000, 1,500 companies, the top companies from around the United States. InfraGard members are genuinely concerned about protecting the nation and work in many of the critical infrastructures and key resources which are defined. InfraGard members can range from anywhere from a system administrator to an implementer to an integrator to a CEO of a small business. How do I become a member? Membership in the National FBI InfraGard program is done one of the following ways, or all of the following ways actually. Membership is done by navigating to the FBI's website, www.infragard.net, and click the membership tab. Should be on the left. Step 1 of the process is filling out the online application. Step 2 is filling out what's called the ROB, the rules of behavior, then printing and sending in per instructions on the site. You have to sign the ROB before you send it, fax it, mail it, or whatever you do. Our members are vetted by the FBI to a law enforcement sensitive level. That's a pretty significant level. They're also vetted every 3 years afterwards, something that in most industries is not done. Generally speaking, most industries vet their employees once upon entry. Membership in an alliance. Secure members of the FBI's National InfraGard program are requested to affiliate with one local IMA. There are over 80 IMAs nationally. Membership in the FBI's National InfraGard program is free. This affiliation allows a secure member to vote in one and only one local IMA election. You're voting for the local leadership, the people that are running your alliance, that are bringing the education, communication tools to you. Your selection to affiliate is not permanent and can be changed by asking your InfraGard coordinator to go in and make the requested change. Each private sector alliance sets up its own criteria for membership, as it's spelled out in its Constitution and bylaws. What are the benefits to membership? Well, we've mentioned some of them already, but here's a few more. Some benefits to membership: access to the FBI and their secure portal, access to FBI and DHS bulletins, access to accurate information, collaboration on discussion boards, establishment of contacts prior to an emergency in an effort to understand requirements on both the public and private side. We hit upon this once before. So you want to make contacts with your local police department, with your state officials, with your federal officials before there's an emergency, so that you know exactly what their expectations are, and so that you can manage your own expectations and help your company make it through smoothly should an emergency happen. Some of the other benefits are attendance at a local Alliance educational seminar. We have many of them in New York City. But let me name a few of the things that we're looking at in New York. Access to weekly conference calls every Thursday. We call it the fastest conference call. It's a half-hour conference call. We discuss quite a bit on it. Nationally available IGTV, a production of New York City InfraGard, via our website, www.nym-infragard.us/CMS. Tuesdays, 9 a.m. to noon each week, Eastern Standard Time. Our monthly security summits, and don't forget, we put most of the videos up on our website. We have hundreds of videos, educational videos, available for you to view on our website. What is the organizational structure of InfraGard? Well, in 2003, the InfraGard National Members Alliance was created. This is our national board, known to many in the national leadership as IMA. At this time, informal InfraGard chapters became official entities of IMA because we signed the national MOU, and were then renamed InfraGard Member Alliances, and I put quotes around the word alliances, and were known as IMAs, each taking a designation of a city, such as New York City IMA, Boston IMA, LA IMA, and various cities from around the country. More on the organizational structure, the national board, the INMA, is a non-for-profit entity as well. They're a 501c3 as determined by the IRS, consists of elected and appointed directors, is our national board. They provide a point of contact for collaboration at a national level with the FBI. They chair a national congress each year. This is their business meeting, the INMA's national business meeting each year. All right, and they invite each one of the IMAs to participate. They also offer umbrella support for the local IMAs, facilitating their potential growth and helping them with ideas and other ways to become self-sustaining, not-for-profit companies. Organizational structure. Here's a little bit more in-depth on the local organization. The IMAs are the local organizations in your community that carry out the mission of InfraGard. They're also non-for-profits, 501c3s, under blanket coverage by our national board. In most cases, execute the mission of InfraGard through education and communication programs. Their activity is on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, semi-annual basis, depending on the local elected leadership, the officers and board involvement. It varies from place to place and ebb and tides depending upon who's in the leadership. It is all about leadership. Got to check with your local alliance and their local website. If you go to www.infragard.net, you can click on a map that the FBI provides, and that'll get you into the various sites from around the country. How does InfraGard make money? Ooh, this is juicy. All right, well, we're not going to let any great secrets out here. The National Board, INMA, signs a contract with the FBI each year, obtains some funds to pay for aspects of the National Business Meeting, which they host each year. Local alliances levy fees for alliance membership, event fees, and engage in other fundraising activities, such as sponsorship. There is no funding of a local alliance by the FBI, DHS, or any other governmental entity for general day-to-day operations. It's just not there. Some alliances have obtained grants from the government to accomplish tasks for the government as outlined in grant applications. What is the distinction between the terms chapter and alliance? Well, there is a distinction. The distinction between chapter and alliance is an important one for each secure member of InfraGard to note. An alliance is a non-for-profit entity, a business, a private sector company, a 501c3. A chapter connotes something different. A chapter connotes when the New York City Alliance with the New York City field office of the FBI come up to the podium together, and perhaps we present an awareness program, or we're at a meeting together. That's the chapter, when the FBI and the private sector alliance come together at the podium. Clearly that's the chapter speaking, because you have both entities coming together for a common purpose. Usually it's public service. How can I get involved? Well, nationally, you can do a number of things. You can go to www.infragard.net and get some general information in the application. You can go to InfraGardMembers.org. That's our national board site. They do have a calendar up there and a number of other items. Our national chair lady puts up a newsletter up there as well. So there's some information you can grab from them as well. Locally, of course, you can go to your local alliance, or in New York City, www.nym-infragard.us/CMS. And that's our New York City Alliance. Your local alliance you can find your local alliance per the InfraGard.net site. How can I get involved? Nationally, well, you can call the FBI's Washington, D.C. headquarters and ask to speak to somebody at the PPAU, which is the Public-Private Alliance Unit. You can use the web contact at InfraGardMembers.org as well. That'll get you into our national board. And locally, you can contact your local FBI field office and ask to speak to the InfraGard coordinator. Every field office in the country has one. The New York City Alliance promotes internships, demonstration projects, pilot programs, white paper development, commercial advertisements. We showcase products, tool time, video production, and much more. We use contact information, and call us if you need more details. We are standing by for your call. Thank you. Time and distance for the New York City Alliance do not matter as well. We work with East and West Coast companies and individuals. We have developed both national and international contacts. We'd be happy to work with missions and delegations at the UN as well. Can I talk to someone? Well, of course you can. There are 56 field offices of the FBI, and as I said before, each one has a designated InfraGard coordinator, a special agent assigned to the local field office. The InfraGard National Help Desk is 877-861-6298, and that's generally for password resets, profile questions, and things of that nature if you're already a member. The New York City InfraGard Members Alliance can be reached at 516-216-1869, and we'd love for you to give us a call and give us your thoughts. We wanted to thank you. We hope that this video has provided some benefit to help you understand the InfraGard program a little bit better. Again, my name is Joseph Concannon, President and CEO of the New York City Metro InfraGard Members Alliance, and we certainly hope to hear from you soon. Goodbye now.